What's up, guys? Today we're going to be playing Tinybones in Historic Brawl. Tinybones is a 2-mana mono black commander that cares about discard. So at the beginning of each end step, if an opponent discarded a card this turn, you draw a card and you lose 1 life, and then there's a sub effect here for 6 mana. Each opponent with no cards in hand loses 10 life. So that could come into play later in the game, but the main effect we're looking at here is we make the opponent discard, we draw cards. So as you would expect, we have a bunch of really cheap discard effects and some discard creatures and effects that cause people to discard with big payoffs in the end, like Professor Onyx. Board wipes like Blood in the Snow, wipe the board, bring back Our Best Thing, and finishers like Torment of Hailfire. But as you can see, most of the deck is 4 mana or less. We're trying to really get Tinybones out and then make them discard their whole hand, get a bunch of value off of it. One notable land is Geier Sanitarium. So one thing that discard decks always struggle with, at least on Arena, there's cards outside of Arena that get around this, but on Arena, there aren't a lot of cards that make your opponent draw and discard. So Geier Sanitarium is a great land. If your opponent is empty-handed, well then none of your discard spells matter, right? If they're empty-handed and you go to Thoughtseize them, you just lose 2 life and you don't get any discard effect. They don't discard anything. You don't get to draw a card. However, if you pay 2, each player draws a card, then discards a card. Even if they have no cards in hand, they draw a card and then they discard a card. And so you trigger all your discard synergies and Tinybones. And so even if they're empty-handed, you can still make them discard with Geier Reach. So one notable land there. But yeah, that's the basic strategy. Let's see if we can win some games on the ladder. I don't even know if you call it the ladder, honestly, because it's not ranked yet. Hopefully one day this queue will be, but you know what I mean. So we're looking for hands that, you know, have 2 lands minimum, hopefully like some kind of removal effect, a couple discard effects, and maybe a board wipe. You know, that would be a good hand to make sure we can kind of get around everything. But if we have like most of that stuff, we're still going to take it. Since we have a 2-mana commander, it's nice we can keep 2 land hands. What is this? Italian. Demir commander flying as long as Talion enters the... I'm sorry. As Talion enters the battlefield, choose a number between 1 and 10. When an opponent casts a spell with the mana value... Oh, I've seen this card before. When an opponent casts a spell with mana value, power, or toughness equal to the chosen number, that player loses 2 life and you can draw a card. This is a cool... I like this one a lot. This is a great in Commander. We'll see how good it does in Historic Brawl. I didn't know this card was on Arena, but I guess it would be because it's part of the new set. Okay. So does this effect still... Is this effect still valid even if I remove this creature? Because that's pretty good. We'll find out. I'm not sure. I think if we remove the creature, the effect goes away. We got the 1 ring, discard effect, removal spell, 3 lands. Let's go. Play the tap land first. Okay. They're also probably going to have removal, but it is what it is. Kind of awkward to play Go Blank when they have no Graveyard to exile, but I guess we at least get those 2 cards. Urtai and the Celestis, I'll take it. That's a great draw. Okay, opponent's ramping. They're low on lands. What do we do here? Oh. I think we just One Ring. They don't have a lot of stuff that can remove the One Ring. We got to be careful about damage, though, because we take damage with our commander and with this. We don't have a way to make people discard. We could Phyrexian Arena, but it's kind of a slower version of the One Ring. They have 1 mana up. I didn't hear any stick. Hear any stick, like I could hear it. You know what I mean? I didn't feel any stick. So what I was trying to say is I didn't think they had a 1 mana counter spell like a Spell Pierce or something like that. Okay. I wonder what they're gonna choose. 2. But see, I've already played my commander, so yeah. This is... Hopefully we can win before this pops, but we'll see. Are they going to pass the turn? Okay, I'll draw a card. This is going to be good for us, but I think we need a couple more basics to make it pay off. I wish we had some discard effects. I mean, we could play the Eldest Reborn, but I mean, there's nothing to get, right? They have no graveyard. I honestly, I mean, do we just play Phyrexian Arena and get way ahead on cards? They have 6 mana. They could play their commander again next turn. We could Erebos it. You know what? Let's just play the backside of Tergrid. If they counter it, they counter it. That's fine. It was kind of a heads-up play that they had a counter spell, but we have to get through their counter spells. It's a Dimir deck. I don't really want to play Phyrexian Arena with the One Ring out. If they remove the One Ring, I'll play Phyrexian Arena, but it's just too much damage.
No matter the time or place, I'm ready to win.
Cool.
Who's that handsome devil?
Breach the Multiverse is bad for us. Let's get rid of this. It's too much value. What to do? We could... What is this again? Each opponent sacrifices non-token creature or planeswalker. So we can make them sacrifice to Fairy. I think that's the play. No attacks. Draw a card off the Tinybones. Let's see what they get. There's a lot to choose from. Oh, they got their own Sheoldred. Okay, we'll sacrifice our commander. Take action. Yeah. Doesn't work because it's a commander. Yeah, let's play this. I don't think they have many ways to make a sack or discard, so I'm not super worried about Tergrid. We could flip Sheoldred, because they have enough cards in their graveyard. We don't want this flipping on their end. is this? This is a God Phyrexian. Non-angel, non-demon, non-devil, non-dragon. And we will pass. Oh, they had to feed the swarm. They drew that right off the top, too. Okay. Took 5, though. Resolve. Watchville Abbey. I mean, they don't have any creatures, so I'm not worried about that. Pass. This eventually transforms into a 9/7 flying lifelink indestructible haste creature, but they need 5 creatures to sack. Yep. Putting a stop there just to make sure we don't miss our One Ring trigger. Or our opportunity to activate One Ring, that's what I mean. Take 3, we gotta be really careful about damage. We can gain life back with Erebos, though. Okay. This gives us a ton of mana. So why don't we get all that mana. We could gain a ton of life here. We could undo that and wait till their turn and do it. These are both even, aren't they? They are. We could just wait, take 4 more, but I think that's a bad idea. We could do this. They might as well kill this in response. Oh, or not. I guess they don't want to take the 2 damage. Yeah, and I think we pass. We gotta be really careful about activating this anymore because we're taking 3 damage a turn. And mono black doesn't have a lot of ways to sack artifacts. Okay, what number do you pick? 2. Go for the throw. Oh, okay, sure. You got me. Let's get rid of these and gain some life. Let's activate the One Ring one more time. Hopefully we can finish him off in the next couple turns. Okay.
My army will end up smelling, but effective.
Their replicating ring is going to go off next turn. Okay. I guess you don't have a choice. You only draw 1 card and you tap out for a land. Alright. There we go. Sorry, hit my mic there. So we were gonna get to the ultimate with Liliana before the One Ring killed us, and then they were gonna have no permanence, so it was basically GG. And next upkeep, we were gonna put any creature we wanted from any graveyard on the battlefield under our control. That is a cool commander, though. I forget the name of the Dimir commander we just played, but that is a cool commander. I should build that deck. Seems like a fun one. We'll see who we get next. It doesn't look like Tinybones is in the Hell queue. It's in like the normal historic Brawl queue, which is kind of nice. You know, sometimes playing the most popular commanders, you end up in Hell queue all day, and it's just like, man, I don't want to play the Prismatic Bridge for the 8th time. I don't want to play, you know, a Tally for the 7th time. Oh my god, okay. Never mind. Oh, this is a bad matchup too, because we do not have a lot of ways to get rid of enchantments. We will try, but I'm not sure we can win this game. Discard, discard. Gets rid of a Planeswalker. I guess. Draws into more cards. They have a ramp spell. They have a... we would rather take their ramp. Let's keep them off 5 colors. Okay, that's good. Let's keep the discard going. We do have like Feed the Swarm and Invoke Despair and, you know, those kinds of things in the deck. But, you know, discard works only so well. If they start getting free stuff every turn, you know, I'm not sure what we do against that. You want to, what is this? Convoke. Okay, I mean, is it an instant? Yeah. So do we play our commander into a counterspell and a removal spell? Probably not. We'll just Sign in Blood. They can counter it if they want. Get a land here. If they kill it, cool, we get a card. People are always so quick to kill Solemn. I don't know why. It's just a 2/2. But that's exactly why it's in the deck. I'll take the free card. Yeah, take the land and the free card. Okay. See if they have stick. They do. We'll play Tinybones. They may have a counter spell. Or a removal spell. Okay. We'll crack that clue, probably, but we'll keep our options open. They might play a Mana Dork or something. I don't know if this gives them 5 colors. That probably definitely gives them 5 colors. Alright. This only hits creatures and planeswalkers, and this only hits creatures. So we're going to crack the clue. Resolve. That ain't it. We can keep Soul Shatter up on their upkeep when they get the free creature Planeswalker. That doesn't help us either, although these are all good against, like, if they gum up the board with creatures and stuff. We can play Tinybones, but not have enough mana to hold up Soul Shatter. So I think we just Vicious Rumors, make them discard, take a card out of their deck. Yeah, that's good. That's what they would have hit. Well, no, they would have drawn that, and then they would have hit whatever the next thing is. I think? Is it upkeep? Oh, you know, no, they would have hit that, and then they would have drawn. So we made sure that they didn't hit that. We don't have enough mana to do everything we want, so we're just going to keep Soul Shatter up. Put a stop on their upkeep. We definitely want to get rid of that.
My victory is certain.
Okay. They're going to use all their mana. This is all in their turn. So if they draw, you know, they're going to basically pick what card they want on top of their library. But okay. You don't have enough mana to cast that. So that goes away. Which is good, because that's another really powerful Planeswalker. Pass. Are they going to create a copy of this? Is that what this does? Create a token that's a copy of target permanent. That is gross. Gross, gross, gross. Okay. Well, no stick.
I won't be given a second chance.
It's a land we can use to attack down their Planeswalkers.
Let's
We'll play it here. No.
That's Professor.
Oh, okay. It doesn't hit Planeswalkers. I thought for some reason that it affected hit Planeswalkers. It's just the greatest power among creatures they control. Okay. But I mean, they're gonna make a copy of their Prismatic Bridge and have double Prismatic Bridge, and I don't know what we do to fight that when mono black.
I'll be in my office.
Okay. Cosmos Elixir. I mean, we can destroy all Planeswalkers, but it still doesn't solve our Prismatic Bridge problem. Like, we don't have enough cards in our deck to battle, you know, the next 30 Planeswalkers. So we can attack this down to... Oh, this is... Oh, I see. Oh, okay, so it wasn't a... It's a copy of my Planeswalker. Gotcha. Okay. We don't want to use this yet. Let's just take our time.
I need answers, not more problems.
Yep, keep that. Tasha's pretty good.
Fight fair.
Still have blood in the snow, so I'm not going to scoop.
Absolutely not. I am the master of the dead here.
So they take my Solemn as a blocker. Okay. Hopefully they make a copy of one of these. Well, I guess they can't make a copy of a Planeswalker because the legend rule. I just keep waiting for them. I don't know why they've taken their time on this card, but if it were me, I would make a copy of the Prismatic Bridge. Oh, it's also legendary. Oh, they can't make a copy of that. Okay. So they're just gonna make a copy of something I have. Cosmos Elixir, okay. Annoying, but not the end of the world. Allows them to scry. Okay. Non-token creature or planeswalker. So we have to get rid of this for this to hit one of their planeswalkers. We have to have a permanent leave the battlefield. So we could attack with Corrupt and they could block. And then we have Fatal Push on the Solemn and we could drop Sheoldred. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Wait, they didn't plus, so it's not just gonna die. They're gonna block. Next. Wait. No. Ward 2. Does that mess up our plan? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it does. That messes up our plan. So we won't be able to do this until next turn. Why does it have ward? Oh, because that's what Tasha gives it. Okay, well. Alright, whatever. Resolve. Yep. Got it. Don't really like giving the opponent a card, but... not really relevant here. Yeah. Pact Communication. Alright, that's GG. That's GG. If they have enough mana that they can just pact and get a planeswalker out every turn, we can't fight that. Again, bad matchup for mono black. Bad matchup for mono black. I tried my best though. Normally, if I wasn't recording and I saw Prismatic Bridge come up and I was playing mono black, I would just scoop right then and there. I wouldn't even play that game. I mean, you could play that deck 100 times and maybe win 10 of them, maybe, if you get lucky. Just mono black does not have the tools to deal with an enchantment that cheats out the, you know, really powerful planeswalker creature every turn. Kumena. Never seen this card. Tap another untapped merfolk you control. Kumena, Tyrant of Araska, can't be blocked this turn. Tap 3 untapped merfolk you control, draw a card. Tap 5 untapped merfolk you control, put a +1 cloud of stone counter on each merfolk. Okay, so it's merfolk tribal. So creatures. Crux of Fate. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We go first. Always good to go first. They probably don't have removal in Simic, so let's just drop our commander. Yeah, ramp makes sense. Although this doesn't really seem like a ramp deck, but maybe it is. Maybe they just don't have lands. I mean, I know normally Simic decks are ramp decks, but this is a very clearly a merfolk deck. So kind of, I just feel like it's a strange include for Into the North, but alright, whatever. We could have 4 mana here to Acquisition Expert and then Raven Man, but then, or we could just One Ring. Yeah, I think we just One Ring. Especially while they're tapped out, because they're probably going to have removal spells. Or I'm sorry, not removal, counter spells. So let's just get the One Ring down, get that going. We'll have this enter tap. We'll draw a card off the discard. Sure. No attack. Okay, draw a land. That's good. Keep on curve. Mindstone. Is it commander time? I was curious if they were going to have some changelings in here. I feel like there's enough merfolk in arena, or on arena rather, to support this deck. But you know, there's some good changelings too. So the plan here is to let them empty their hand, get all these merfolk out, and then Crux of Fate them once I get up to 5 mana. That should pretty much put us in a position to take over the game, especially with the One Ring. We want to let them believe that they're getting ahead, you know? We can block. Can't be blocked. Okay. Sounds good. Let's... I don't want to play creatures because I'm just going to blow them up. Why don't we take a draw? Well, we're good on lands, so why don't we just pass? We can block with our commander. Okay, they're gonna go big here. We gotta be aware of the counter spell. So this is Brainstorm on a stick. So what I'm gonna wait till they go to attacks, and then I'll do Murderous Rider. And if they have a counter spell, we want them to use it then, so that we can get Crux of Fate to go through. Okay. So let's Murderous Rider that. See their stick? They got some kind of interaction in their hand. Or maybe it's just Mind Stone. They could sack Mind Stone in response. Something's holding priority. I think it's Mind Stone. I think it's Mind Stone. That would make the most sense. Because they seem like unaware that they're holding priority, and that's usually because of Mana Rock. See, it's holding priority right now too. Okay. We know they have something they can do at instant speed, but Mind Stone they can do at instant speed. So they might have a flash creature too. So let's just go for this. If they have the counterspell, they have the counterspell. They do not have a counterspell. Since this is a changeling, it counts as a dragon. That's why it didn't get killed here. So it was Mind Stone holding priority. That's good. Great draw. Keep that board clean. Sad commander. Seek 2 creature cards. We'll activate 1 ring on their end step. Changeling. As Realmwalker enters the battlefield, you may choose a creature type. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast creatures of the chosen type. Seems good. Activate on their end step. The only reason we do it on their end step, it's not to be like stylish. It's because we want them to have to play around like a 1 mana removal spell, right? Because there's in mono black there's like Fatal Push and Cut Down, and what there are 1 mana removal spells, so we want them to think about that until the last moment. Because if we did that on our turn, we'd be tapped out and they would feel much better about just playing whatever they wanted. Okay. We could flip this. What did this flip into? Whenever this creature attacks, remove all counters from one target permanent at the beginning of your upkeep. If you haven't been dealt combat damage since your last turn, draw a card and you'll lose a life. I mean, it's a creature. It's a 3/6. That's something. Let's draw some cards. Tergrid's a draw. And a very big creature. So what do we do here? We have 6 mana to play with. We could Liliana them, and I think we have 4 cards in our graveyard. We should play this. Get rid of the Realmwalker. It's giving them the ability to play stuff off the top of their deck that's card advantage for them, so let's get rid of it. They might have a counter spell here. They're going to remove Sheoldred back to my hand.
I have the right to choose my own fate. And yours.
That's dead. And then we can play Raven Man. A lot of cards in my hand. They're going to bounce that. Are they going to attack Liliana? No, they're going to attack my face. Because I'm low on life. Smart. I can get down Murderous Rider to gain some life. I can also play Labyrinth and remove this from attacking. Why did you quit? Wait, what? Opponent. I was gonna take 3 on my upkeep and then 3 on my next upkeep. You just had to... I had to kill you in 1 turn. This is the only turn I had to kill you. Why are you leaving? This doesn't make any sense. My goodness. Well, we won the battle of patience, and I think I think that means that we, won the more virtuous battle. I mean, mono black will do that to you. Definitely a discard deck will do that to you. We'll see who we get next. Nicol Bolas. Ugh. And this is the big Nicol Bolas, isn't it? Yes. Yeah. So, basic game plan is never let this flip. Right? They have to play the creature side of this and then pay 7 to transform it into the Planeswalker side. Infernal Grasp. March of Wretched Sorrow. Yeah, I mean... those are removal spells. Mr. Bobble, nice. So they know about Liliana. Another way to remove things if we need it to be. We'll just play our commander here. Liquid metal coating. Why would that be in this deck? Turn stuff into artifacts? Whenever you discard a card, you may exile the card from your graveyard. If you do, you may play that card this turn. I mean, that's pretty good against us. What are we doing here? We could just get rid of that. Let's exile the graveyard. Let's blow this up. Okay. Infernal Grasp that. It discards a card. I think we're good with getting rid of this. Nice. Two cards in the graveyard. Let's get some more cards in the graveyard. This also kills Planeswalkers, so let's keep this for later. Let's get rid of that. Now it costs 6 mana. I don't know why it tapped the lands like that, but alright, whatever. I guess we need 5 mana to pull off that play plus Geier Reach, but still. Yeah. Take your favorite thing. That's fine. That would have been the card I would have offered up. Okay, that's good too. Let's just get down Graveyard Trespasser. Get rid of that. End turn. Rankle. Why do they keep touching this? I don't understand. Would you like to draw a card and discard a card? Each player discards a card. Perfect. Four. Yeah. Now that we have this, we don't need that. Yep. Ooh. I think we play this as a land. We really don't care about Rankle. Get those out of there. Get you out of there. Yep, another removal spell. Okay. They really need land. There you go. Would you like to counter it? Nope. What would you like to discard? Yeah. Bye. We'll start making some 1/1s, I guess. Let's make sure that thing never comes back. Good card if they get a sweeper. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Great Desert Healing unless you discard a card. If you discard a card this way, perpetually increase Great Desert Healing's intensity by 1. Oh my god. Alchemy cards. What does that even mean? When it leaves the battlefield, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw cards equal to Great Desert Healing's intensity. So you could discard one card and draw a card. Alright. Do we kill Rankle here? I think we do. Well, we passed the Nicol Bolas test. Who's the evil deck now? Huh? Who's the evil deck now? Grixis. Ain't got nothing on mono black discard. We'll play one more. I feel like these games are going quickly. That was fast. Joda. Oh, this deck is hard. This deck is hard to play against. It's legendary creature cascade deck, and then they all get buffed by each other. So we need lots of removal. Removal. This hand is not quite it. We'll take the mulligan. This hand's even worse. This is a lot better. Yes. Okay. Yeah, if we have a fighting chance against this deck, we need all the removal. Good card for later. I think, at least in the early game, this is just going to be a blocker. always love the art on this card. Nice. Draw a land. Yeah, I think we just hold up our removal. Not very exciting, but I think that's the way you beat this deck. They are a 5-color deck, so they gotta struggle through, well, I was about to say they gotta struggle through getting all their colors, but now they don't. Now all their lands tap for 1 mana of any color. Yeah. Sure. Set up for later. Waste Not gives us value every time we make them discard, depending on what we make them discard. One of my favorite cards. I own it in paper. I got the Secret Lair. I forget what the name of it was. It was like Metal Never Dies or something like that version. It's pretty sick. You should look it up online. Activate abilities of creatures your opponents control can't be activated. Okay, well this is a triggered ability, so that doesn't affect us. Okay, a land would have been great, but this is okay too. We could get value off Waste Not. I just don't feel like right now this is the time to do it. Let's... what is it? Is this just legendary creatures? Yeah, it's all legendary creatures. So let's just do this while we can. If we don't draw a land, it gives us a creature we can put down the following turn. I would like to draw cards, so maybe next turn, depending on what they play, we'll Inquisition. Maybe we'll get 2 cards, you know? One off Waste Not, one off Tinybones, draw into some lands. Because once we get to 5 mana, 5-6 mana, we're doing good. But we just gotta survive. We're just gonna survive to that point. Ooh. Well, that's gotta die. That's a land. This has to go. Non-creature spells that are 4 or greater cost 2 or more. Yeah, that has to die. Is this legendary? No, it's not. So it doesn't get pumped. If they want to block here, that's fine. Oh, I guess nothing happens if they block. I thought for some reason this was a 2-1, not a 1-2. Sorry. Dyslexia. So that I shouldn't have attacked there. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I was in my brain, I was thinking I'm okay with the trade because Lighted Halfling is ramp for them. And looks like they're stuck on lands. Yep. Yeah, they must have been stuck on lands. But you're telling me they couldn't have done... Wait. What? Wait, they had 5 mana and they couldn't play any of their stuff? I mean, I guess they can't play their commander, but I mean, they could play any of these creatures. Alright, whatever. No complaints from me. I'll take the win. We were definitely 1 land away from just destroying their whole hand, though, so... Tavar's Stand. Cool. Alright, so that's the deck. Deck list in the description if you want to try it out on your own. Discard is one of my favorite archetypes in Magic. But it is a difficult one because of what I said in the intro. You need cards that, you know, obviously cause the opponent to discard, but you also need cards that, like, allow them to draw more cards so that you can have them discard more. It's a tricky balance. You don't really want to, like, give your opponent cards, but if they don't have things to discard, then none of your discard stuff works. So, you know, I think those games, exemplified, how you kind of have to like walk the tightrope with this deck. You don't want to just like slam every single, discard effect turn after turn after turn. That's not really what you want to do. You want to be strategic with it. And then like with the last deck when we played, or the last game when we played Joda, I took a hand with no discard effects, right? Knowing that I draw into some eventually. But, depending on the deck you play, you don't want to just like, throw up a bunch of discard spells. I mean, discard spells against Joda we would have been ran over, easily. Now they got stuck on lands, but we were set up to win that game for the long haul. We had 3 board wipes. I find it hard to think that they could get through all that. But it depends on the opponent. So this is a good shell. Change whatever you think needs to be changed. Put in your pet cards. Black is my favorite color. So, any cards you think fit in here, I'm sure would do great. But definitely include Geier Sanitarium. This is a must-have in this deck. We never really got to showcase in this video, but we were very close to. If the opponent is out of cards, this gives us an opportunity to have them draw and discard. Oh, and I didn't mention the same line of thought here. Rankle. Rankle does the same thing. So if they're empty-handed, you can have them draw a card and discard a card, right? So you can still get the discard synergies happening even if they're empty-handed. So those are 2 must-includes. Everything else is subject to your own personal taste. Thank you for watching till the end. I really appreciate it. If you like the video, please subscribe. Drop a comment. Tell me how you would build the deck, what upgrades you think the deck could have, and I'll see you guys in the next video.